because it's a fairly even points between insurgents and security. If they play it right, then it should be very close each game, and we'll see how that happens.
And I'm going to go ahead and come back in here a second. We actually have a game going right now. Let's go ahead and swap on over to it. We have that mix-up of... Ooh, Achille, by the way, getting the name kill under Propagandabrot. We have, of course, Fishscales versus TopKevo's team. To go ahead and turn the music down. Early kills coming out first on, although we can see a bit of a passive strat here coming out by TopKevo. They got one kill early on out of the gate. Oh, HMHZ takes out TopKevo on the top side. Not a bad kill, but it's going to not be very much for them. Let's see, both sides. Ooh, HMHZ did spot that player. They're still prone up there. Notice that he can't really do much. Fazer just trying to stay alive. Manages to sneak off, but he does get spotted. But it is given away that he has left. As you can see, Jose rotating out down below, trying to get out and about. Ooh, Jimmy gets the kill, though, onto Nebula. You can see Aki about to get another kill as well. Akhil, at least. Ooh, nice flick onto Fishscale. Trying to wallbang into B there. Unfortunately, Paul's probably not on there. That he's playing that position, although HMHZ knows that there's a player now on that team, so he could, or on that side at least, so he could actually wallbang that if he opts to. Looks like he's instead opting to push around. He does have a weapon that can wallbang, so he doesn't actually have to push the spot here. See, it looks like Akhil playing it pretty passive, although Jose will get the kill onto Fazer as he flanks around the side. Not looking around. Pretty, not doing much of anything other than looking quite pretty, if I may say so myself. Aki just waiting on B there, as is HMHZ. Oh, he's going for the wallbang, and HMHZ will get the kill onto Akhil, by the way. Just pretty last alive for TopKevo's team. Bit of a waiting game here. He has to flank around towards C. You see Insurgents opting to try and prevent that. And I have a feeling they're probably not going to go B by now. They're probably going C. And as such, you can see pretty... It's like a newer player. Unfortunately, they will cap him out based on time alone. 2 objectives controlled means at the end of time, they will win the round. And indeed, they do win the round 1-0. So, in that game, it was really obvious that you got to be able to move around and kind of fluctuate some. What was the biggest thing you think Insurgents did that was super effective for their growth?
Well, the first thing, they're controlling Bravo, and then they push up to Alpha, which essentially you have to control 2 objectives. So when they're controlling both Alpha and Charlie, it's easier to defend respawning. You don't want to push B if you're not holding it.
Fair enough. We can see some pre-nades coming out here from the Insurgents. Not able to take one out, although Akhil, by the way, will get the kill onto Propagandabot. Fazer taking out Jose out, stopping that flank. Although Jimmy gets the refrag onto Fazer, trying to push through a little too quick. Should have probably had his gun up, or at least probably prepared, I think. You're going to have more than one at that market location, although you can see a bit of a flank coming out early on. See, they're waiting for the push on that sandbag area next to B. Security will be first onto Bravo, be able to run through. Fortunately, HMHZ a little bit out of position there to try and block that B push from security, so they will be a little late onto B, although they are finally blocking it. You can see Fishscale running around the flank side, no one covering it. Or I think Pretty did. He definitely missed that player. Fish getting onto A to start capping it up. Pretty now coming in for the fight. Almost gets the wallbang. Takes up most of Fishscale's health. Not a lot left for him. And just like that, a little bit of teamwork there. TopKevo takes out HMHZ on B. Security now capping up Bravo. Onto just Fishscale. And Jimmy last alive. Pretty trying to wallbang him. And indeed, Pretty will take out Fishscale. Last alive now is going to be Jimmy. And Jimmy do it. No, he's not. He's going to get one hit by Nebula. And another round. Actually tying the rounds up now. 1-1 for both sides.
Very good rotations. You saw they put the pressure on Alpha, and eventually Fish got killed. That was very good.
Indeed, really, really good aggressive performance on both sides. Although you can see that finally a little bit of teamwork goes a long way with TopKevo's team. That's what they needed to do to win that round, and it's what they did. And as such, they have won the round. Whether or not it's going to work for them on this next side is going to be the deciding factor. Insurgents, they got to get a little bit more focused. They're kind of, supposedly they're a bit thrown off from the last game or just not playing at that same kind of level. Although we will see how that plays out. We'll go ahead and follow Nebula from spawn as he runs out as fast as he can with the EBR and a 2x, I believe. That is indeed a 2x. Oh, I didn't notice that they're actually tan. Interesting. In any case, you can see Nebula waiting, trying to catch up players on that market and kind of upper billboard area, which is that location in the map. Sneaking onto B here. He could catch some playable out. He's gonna be late onto B, but even then, Insurgents had basically the same amount. Pretty though does get the kill though onto Jimmy. Some good teamwork. Pretty coming in with the flank. Gets spotted across by Fishscale, but I don't know if they think he got the kill. Pretty coming in with a nice Kobe attempt. He's gonna land in a really, really good spot. Fishscale has to move. Indeed doesn't. Goes inside and manages to stay alive. Pretty. He's very, very tunneled on that upper billboard location. Although it looks like he did get the kill on the Fishscale. And just like that, the flank's coming in very, very far and wide. Insurgents. Oh, the security flanked around the Insurgent side.
Call.
Maybe. Oh, the TopKevo gets another kill into JoeseF. And last alive is going to be Propagandabrot, who gets the kill into Nebula, pushing fast into B. AkhilBTW coming in for the flank to try and stop B-Cap. He gets the shot and gets the kill. Another round on the board for TopKevo now, 2-1.
They're pushing just the right amount. It seems they're controlling the Bravo.
Indeed, really good teamwork.
Exactly. That's the main name of the game in this game, is to make good call-outs and let your teammates know what you're doing, control objectives, and rotate when someone's down. You don't want to just continue holding a position when your teammate's down. Rotate around and get to where he was. Try to cover between both where you were.
Indeed. Really good teamwork, and it's important to be thinking as a team, not just as an individual. Because when you're a team of like 5 individuals versus a team, there's no contest. It's going to be the team that wins ultimately. No matter how strong your frag potential or just rotation ability, there's a limit to that stuff. So let's go ahead and see what Fishscale's team can do to try and get that lead back. Hopefully prevent TopKevo from getting that lead built up pretty far. Not a bad pre-nade, except they did kind of whiff. Not going to take anybody out. It's going to definitely spook and give away that they are playing that position. Nebula playing a dangerous spot here. Pretty... Ooh, they're actually opting to play it somewhat passive. Akhil is able to run onto B for free, as it looks like Jimmy not really covering much anything, unfortunately. Akhil does get the kill into HMHZ, and Jimmy just take out Pretty on the flank, although Propagandabot, oh, gets taken out by Fazer on the side, as JoeseF kind of lets him die there. Not really able to cover a lot. Didn't spot Nebula down below or TopKevo from up above. Playing in a good spot there. Jimmy takes out Akhil, but Nebula takes out JoeseF on the flank. Last alive, that was going to be Jimmy going for the A push. Last alive.
Nobody's yet rotated on Bravo.
Yep, everyone's focused.
Free cap here.
Indeed, there's no one left. And just like that, TopKevo takes out Jimmy. And the round goes to TopKevo's team now. And the lead continues 3-1.
Great stopper nade at the beginning. The stopper nade usually goes to the broken wall and is thrown from security side. This prevents the insurgents from being able to run directly on a Bravo, so they need to wait it out or die, essentially. So this is a very tactical nade that they're throwing very successfully on security at the moment.
Indeed, that's a good positional throw. I'm kind of showing it on screen here. It's you basically throw it from the side here. Oh, not that one. From the backside of there, all the way to land in this general area, and it prevents the insurgents from running straight into that little hole in B there. Works very, very well. You can see here come the insurgent forces running around. Not quite the speed of sound, but nearby. There's the nade. Perfect. That is how it should be. You see a bit of a delay there. I'll have mentioned taking out TopKevo up above is going to be big for the insurgents, allowing them to move a little bit easier. Akhil is nearby to take anybody out that could have possibly ran by, although the smoke is not going to be... It's going to be effective to try and block Akhil's view, but not going to do much for him. HMHZ takes out Nebula as well. 2 kills on the board for him already this game. Good start for him. You can see him pretty doing the long flank. Not going to do ultimately that much. It's going to be down to Akhil and Fazer on B to try and stop the insurgents. They already got the cap up. They definitely focused and tunneled B hard. Not a bad call. And ooh, Akhil gets the kill on the Propagandabot. And Fazer takes out Jimmy on the flank. The only thing is JoeseF is nearby and could take him out if Fazer pushes out a little too aggressively. But Fazer needs to sit at that spot up there. Just wait as he almost... He did take out HMHZ on the flank. Huge plays coming out here. Fishscale. Ooh, Fazer takes out JoeseF as well. Nice read on that position in the flank. Last slide is going to be Fishscale on B. Goes for the wallbang attempt. Can't shoot through that thing though, unfortunately. Does take out Akhil. It's going to be another one on B. Should know where that's coming from. Not a bad fire. And that pre-fire will take him out. Now in a 1v1 between C and B. Of course, C is getting capped up first. Fishscale does have time to cap up B.
5%.
He'll be able to decap B. He won't be able to make it to A and cap it up to win the round. But he can go set up for spawn camp, which he will likely go and do. Only 30 seconds left though, so if he's going to spawn camp, he needs to do it within alpha. He opts for the spawn camp. A little bit dangerous. He's not going to have enough time to flank, so this is going for basically kills at this point. And you can see, unfortunately for him, security opting to play it very, very safe, going on the long side. This is the much, much slower way of getting out of spawn. Usually not done that much. Fishscale will have time to make it to A. Trying to catch those spawn campers on the long side. Ooh. Some pre-fires coming up. Fazer trying to get the shot off into A, not able to get it. Fazer, actually Fishscale capping up A partially. We're now in overtime mode. They have to try and clear alpha out, or it will be a tie round. So you can see the whole team is tunneled in on one player here. Fishscale, the pressure is on. Gets the first kill onto Akhil, by the way. 4 left for him to take out. Nebula just has to wait on A here. He caps up alpha. Unfortunately, Nebula out of position there will let him cap it. Nebula does get the wallbang on the fish, but it's already too late. 4 from spawn. All the security has to do is cap up B, which they're going to do, and they will win the round. Just like that. 4-1. Another round on the board for them. Good call late game that they were going to get that. So
one thing to note is you saw Fish. He's using the foul. So although that on the Bravo push, he should have been shot. He was dead because the guy who shot him died because he was using the foul. Foul will definitely pen faster, and the time to kill is much lower than an MP5. So that's something to remember. Is time to kill is very high, and you see that one team's all using EBR, and you have 3 fouls on one side. Somebody's choosing to use Jimmy, the AK.
Indeed.
That's still a good weapon, but it doesn't pen like the foul.
Indeed, the foul and the EBR are the 2 best weapons in the game for competitive. They run just as light as the assault rifles, and wallbang twice as hard. It's basically what everybody on the North American side uses for the most part now. Some people use other things, but mostly use just to kind of change up the pace a little bit. You can see JoeseF pushing fast will get the kill onto Fazer, though Fazer is able to nade Jimmy from behind him. So from the grave, able to get the Martyrdom kill there. Not ultimately going to do much, except kind of give away Market's position. Although you can see security folks really played it past. TopKevo gets the kill into JoeseF. Nebula going for the long nade throw onto HMHZ. HMHZ is playing inside though. He's going to be safe from that grenade. It'll land nearby, but won't quite kill him. Security opting to give B up for insurgents to recap it. Guessing they were looking for playing practice. Not quite sure why they're giving up B. Fishscale does take out Akhil, by the way, as they cap up Bravo. So 2 players back. It is now a 2v5. Which is why you don't give away Bravo cap. And Propagandabrot gets the kill into Nebula. Last life is going to be TopKevo from upper Shrine here. I don't know why he left off Bravo there. Interesting call to make. Unfortunately, didn't work out in his favor. Seems to get caught out. And Fishscale will take his head. Fishscale gets another round on the board now, 2-4. Just like that, that is the half. Pretty big lead coming out for TopKevo's side. Although, 1st to 7 means they don't have a lot of time left. Huge lead is going to make it difficult for Fishscale to get it back. Do you think Fishscale has the chance to bring a comeback?
Yeah. I mean, actually, the security side is the stronger side. Although this is one of the most balanced maps, we're gonna see here how they do.
Indeed.
Right.
Whiff grenade throw, unfortunately for them. You see Insurgents playing it relatively passive in the back.
They're controlling their sides. They're just losing the gunfights.
Indeed. Good positional play, but ultimately the gunplay is also just as important. And unfortunately, they're not winning it. Fazer letting this through enemy lines. HMHZ does take out pretty, though, on the flank. Not a bad kill. And finally, HMHZ gets another kill onto Nebula within B. HMHZ getting 2 kills. Fish with another one onto Fazer, just like that. The kills are going in their favor. Playing the lines very, very well. Playing a good positional strategy. Have to do, and JoeseF taking out TopKevo, running in aggressively. Unneeded, unfortunately, at that point. We're down to just a kill, by the way, to try and save it for TopKevo and his team. For the long game. Minute and 10 seconds left, so not a lot of time, but he has enough to try and play it semi-slow. Oh, he whiffs the shot, and that gives away his position. He starts getting pre-fired. Gets the kill onto Fishkill. That was a nice shot, but Jimmy takes his head. And another round on the board now for Top. Actually, I think that was Raiders' team. No, indeed, that was actually TopKevo's team. That is now 4-3. So, good play there by Fishscale's team. Able to kind of break through TopKevo's line to try and break into their spots and just ultimately tuck them out. It's up to TopKevo to try and not lock down so much and be a little bit more passive and a little bit more kind of fluid in essence. They like to play the same spots over and over again, which isn't bad. The problem is you got to be kind of concatenate it into one kind of semi-fluid kind of thing. You don't want to be so, you know, ironclad stuck together that you have your own thing not be able to move and rotate very well, which highly respect up. It was indeed late for security. Oh, hold on. Okay, I think it's back now. Apologies for that. For some reason, something got unplugged somehow. But we are back. TopKevo and Akhil. What a delay there. Ooh, Propagandabrot with the spray down onto Fazer and Nebula on the flank side. Able to keep it up. TopKevo coming in with the flank. Actually just holding on for dear life. Oh, he gets the wall bang out of Propagandabrot. Down to just Fishscale last alive on B here. It is a 2v1. TopKevo has a lot of work to do. TopKevo, I'm not sure why Fish are pretty opting to let him cap up B for free. Bringing his team back. Actually, that was his teammate both capping on. Okay. You see Fishscale trying to cap up C for free. They were going to get it in time. Insurgent could probably nade this from spawn and probably get the kill, but they're opting to... Oh, they don't throw it in the right spot. Unfortunately, it doesn't land in C to actually take them out. So both teams will be able to respawn here. Insurgents have the advantage of being spread out in most of the map already, having a bit of a time advantage. Fazer loses against Fishscale, unfortunately. That is going to be fine, as Pretty has A partially capped up to where they will be into a tiebreaker mode. TopKevo takes out HMHZ from spawn. You see Pretty getting 1 kill. Like that, 2 kills. You're going to make it 3. Nope, JoeseF will take him out. Trying to keep A alive, trying to just decap it and keep into the fight here. It's a 2v1 for JoeseF on A here. As it looks like Nebula going to run on to C. Trying to stop the fight here. Fishscale not fast enough, unfortunately. They'll be able to decap A and C and take the round and tie it up now 4-4.
Seems we may have lost Stuff Shark.
I am indeed back. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Indeed. I am back. Apologies for that. Apparently something unplugged and I lost all my USB power, which includes almost everything except for the computer. So a little bit of delays there, but hopefully everything should be back now. No more frame skips or hops. And you can hear me.
Hear me calling out while he was away. Hopefully.
It might have. I don't think it would because it's hooked up to the USB sound device. So unfortunately, you can see some 1930s style Sandstorm. But that's fine. It's already on to the next round, and you can see huge plays coming here. Insurgents.
So you see this guy Rubble right now. He's looking towards mid. Through mid, you can actually see all the way to sandbags and all the way to the corner of the billboard. So he's looking right through there. This is a very tactical spot, and you can see it happening right.
Indeed, he's playing in a really, really good position here. See everybody playing really, really passive.
This is fish scale.
Waiting. Indeed. Jimmy as well, waiting pretty passive. Oh, he's in a bit of a pickle now. Looks like he's fallen into a an unremovable place that you can't get out of. I guess you call it the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, he's stuck on the tree there,
Bad
so
luck.
Unfortunate for him. He's basically out of the round. That is pretty funny. Let's see, Jimmy playing it passive. Oh, wow. Good for him. Again, pretty passive here. Akhil, he's waiting to see his security player push too aggressively, which is about to happen. Fishscale pushes out. He whiffs all of his shots onto Akhil, by the way. You hate to see it. Last life is going to be Nebula, but it's taken out by Fish. Just like that. The round goes in favor of Fish now, 5-4.
That was a matter of missed shots there. Maybe just the excitement of the round.
Indeed, it was pretty intense. And had a pretty good positional play there. Unfortunately, these late game kills, they did not get it. And you gotta kill people, unfortunately, to win the round. So. And look at the scoreboards. We're pretty late into the game. Fishscale running 13-6. Pretty good spread across the rest of the team. The most coming out for TopKevo's team is actually a spread and actually tied between Fazer and Akhil. Both have been playing pretty good positions.
Very solid. Both teams have been playing very solid, I believe, on the objectives. So it's a matter right now of who's going to be the first shot to kill. It's been firefights that have been deciding the rounds at this point, which is why we picked this map. It's a very even.
Definitely well balanced. You can see the firefight happening across B here. They're shooting in. Insurgents are already onto B. Oh, and Propagandabrot taking out Nebula. So you see security opting to play a little bit more passive, but still kind of aggressive. Hamenj taking out TopKevo on the flank, but Pretty will take him out in the meantime. Able to flank up pretty far into the market area there. Unfortunately, it looks like JoeseF was on the drop, didn't spot him out, as Pretty will take him out as well. Pretty garnering a high kills. Fish with the kill as well into Akhil, and down to just Pretty last alive in a 1v2 on B. Insurgents have, actually, security has most of B capped up. Pretty knows where that enemy is. Here comes the Kobe. Fish shoots, and he scores. Just like that, the round will go in favor of Fishscale, 6-4.
They played so well. They had total market control, Insurgents, but they still they didn't have somebody rotate onto B when they lost their B player, and that's where they fall.
Indeed.
You want to essentially stay in this kind of situation. You want to stale without pushing up, to let your battle buddies push up for you and control the objective. They control the place around it, and then you're able just to hold your spot, look at your lane. Somebody else is watching, so somebody doesn't flank behind you, and that's where they messed up. They're playing a little too individually.
Yeah. So only one round left. Currently, Fishscale's team at match point against TopKevo. Do you think TopKevo has the chance to win 3 rounds in a row, or is it going to be all down to just Fishscale running in hard and mowing them down?
I think at this point it could be either team. Security is a very strong side, especially if you get that stopper nade in that we talked about earlier. Very hard to push onto B, and if somebody's up bunker, you can really see the cross. So could be either team right now.
We'll see how that plays out. We're going to follow TopKevo as he goes for the attempted Kobe. Nobody's currently over there. The Propaganda is nearby it. Needs to go up. Have managed to take out Fazer early on. You can see TopKevo going for some parkour up above. And they won't spot anybody just yet, although Nebula holding on B here. Waiting for the push on the flank. Fish scale as well. It takes out Akhil from a mile away. Surprising. Although you can see security now starting to swarm B and take out. Start to fight Nebula. Unfortunately, his support, TopKevo, runs away, leaving Nebula just kind of on his own there in a 1v4 on B. So it is down to just those two last alive for the game, unfortunately. Here comes the nade. Nebula trying to hold on. Unfortunately, he's going to get pushed on both sides. He's about to get mowed down as he does by Jimmy. Last life is TopKevo for his team, the captain. Match point for Fish Scale, so he just has to kill TopKevo and he wins the game. Will he win this peak? No, he won't. Instead, Fish Scale will take him out, and that is game. Fish Scale.
You'll see here, yeah. He should have been backing up his battle buddy, helping him to cap up the objective, and instead he went off. There's a time to rotate and a time not, and you know, I think when you have 2 down, it's great to have somebody rotate to the next objective, but when it's only 2 up, then it's definitely very valuable to have your battle buddy to control the objective around you, so you can actually hold your position without pushing and dying. If you stale, then you prevent the other cap, which is what where the tactics come in here.